Hey guys, welcome back to the MTG review with Lag. This is part 3, and please enjoy.
Yeah, so the cards themselves have Convoke where you pay for that card rather than other things.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not that a card has Convoke and you can use it every time to pay for something. Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. So the other way around.
But this one doesn't have Convoke, and this is one of the leaders, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's kind of awful. The other leader, though, first, is Imara. Just finding Imara? Yes, Imara, Soul of the Accord. Oh yeah, the like backstory for this is that basically they just want everybody to get along, but they're also making like an army on the side just in case. So it makes sense as to why a couple of their cards like benefit everybody and why maybe they look a little bit weak.
Oh, yeah.
But they kind of just are also just a little bit weak.
Well, they might come out swinging with numbers if they're creating tokens.
I mean, they do seem to create quite a few tokens, so maybe, yeah. So Imara, whenever she becomes tapped, you create a 1/1 soldier character token with lifelink. She's pretty cheap, but she's only a 2/2, so kind of give and take on that one.
So all she does is just create a token?
When she becomes tapped, yeah. But like you can attack and then she can do stuff, and then you can tap her for, if you tap her for a Convoke, every time she taps for that, she'll be creating one as well.
But you only ever tap once a turn, so...
I know.
So, you know, you're only ever going to create one token a turn.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, give and take. It's kind of like, I guess, you'd use it each turn, but whatever. Then the other one is Tristoni Discordant. It's the one you have in your hand. So you have this one as well.
The Dryad.
It's the Dryad, yes.
It's three.
I'm pretty sure that's correct.
3 lady trees.
It is, in fact, 3 lady trees. They have... The lore is like they have 3 different personalities, and 2 of them are kind of... They're normally in agreement, but 2 of them right now are fighting, and the other one is just kind of quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so other creatures you control get +1/+1. When she enters the battlefield, you create 2 soldiers with lifelink.
See, more tokens.
Yeah, more tokens. At the beginning of your end step, each player gains control of all creatures they own, so stops control decks that steal from other people.
I thought it was going to be at the end of your turn, you lose the game.
Yeah, every single time. No. You know, imagine if it said at the end of your next turn, you lose the game. Like, as long as you have her, you don't lose the game. But as soon as you lose her, you've got 1 turn.
Well, that's what the Platinums did. Platinum Angel and Platinum Emperor. One of them was, you can't lose the game even if you're like...
I know you have one card that says you can't lose the game, literally.
Yeah, it's just like,
yeah.
I'm going to stick in this.
Is there also a card that says you can't win?
Yeah.
I think there is, yeah.
Yeah, there is a card out there.
Those are silly cards. Yeah, so Tristani's a little bit more expensive. Again, kind of weak.
Into the battlefield, create... I mean, giving all creatures +1/+1 is nice, but she doesn't have a constant way of generating tokens, because it's only when she enters the battlefield. You'd have to play her as a commander, and it just ended up being more and more expensive.
Yeah, and she already starts off as 5.
Yeah.
Which is, like, a bit much if you wanted to keep her in and out. So, yeah, I don't know. Kind of got a bit of a short end. We do have a somewhat interesting instant, though. Join Shields. Costs 5. It untaps all creatures you control. They gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. So just kind of nice.
Well, I guess that works with some of those tap abilities.
Yeah.
But
at that point, you're like, someone counter that.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, useful, I guess. And it means like you could untap all the things that had just tapped for a Convoke cost, but.
Like if
But like that was one of the standout cards of the guild, and it's not that amazing. It's not too spectacular.
I mean, I know what I would do if I wasn't running this in standard, because I think in standard you have to only play with cards that are from like the 3 or 4 current sets. But if I was just making a fun deck, I would be playing with Doubling Season and the other one that is also doubles tokens, because those are both green and white cards, and that just fits well in this deck. So all of a sudden your tokens are just like
So without the knowledge that was a green and white card, for example, like that putting into this deck instantly makes it way better than I'm thinking it is.
I was trying to think what it's called. Double Season is green, but the other one There's a picture of 2 wolves on it. Doubling lives. I don't know. I don't know what it's called. I think I used it in one of my token decks, but I forget what it is.
Fair enough. There's also a, there's a creature that uses the convoke cost and it enters with, X +1/+1 counters on it. World Soul Colossus, but I mean, that one, I guess if you've got enough tokens, it could be a huge fucking beast, but like, meh. Also have a whole bunch of, look at all this.
Oh no.
It's fine. I'm just gonna look through quickly and see what I actually want to talk about. I have like 2 pages of like cards that weren't double colored cards, and I'm looking at the time of this recording, and it is long.
Long.
Look, I'll try.
Nearly an hour. Listen to leg drag on.
I'll try to finish in 5 minutes. Let me see if there's anything I want to talk about. Chromatic Lantern, colorless artifact. Lands you control have, tap for add 1 mana.
Wait, is Chromatic Lantern in this?
Yeah, they've got a Chromatic Lantern.
Oh, everyone knows what Chromatic Lantern is.
Yeah, I was assuming.
It's like a base card in all our decks.
Yeah, it sounded like something that I had heard of before, but yeah, pretty good. What I misread first though,
it's back, though,
was that it would tap for any color for its normal thing, but you can't use it on something. Well, you can on something that normally generates 2, because it'll just generate 1 if you do it. But whatever.
Yeah.
There was a demotion. It's a white card. Enchanted creature can't block. Activated abilities can't be used. Like, that's fine. Kind of cool, I guess.
Is it an instant or permanent? I mean, what is it?
That was an enchantment aura, so it was an aura enchantment.
How much does it cost?
It was only one way.
I like that one.
Yeah, I specifically did that because it was quite cheap, I think. I can't remember whether that was a red card. Divine Visitation. So a couple of these white cards kind of bring it back for the 2 white teams a little bit. So Divine Visitation, 3 colorless, 2 white mana. It's an enchantment. Creature tokens created under your control come in as 4/4 white angels with flying and vigilance. So now all your tokens are coming in as a little bit more beastly than 1/1 soldiers, which is all well and good.
Until they lose flying.
Yes, and there's also a creature, the Venerated Loxodon. It's 4 colorless, 1 white. It has Convoke, so it has a Convoke cost, and it's something like 8 or something. I literally just said it was 5. It's 5. I literally just said what it was.
But it's like 8 or something.
It's 5 to cast, and you can Convoke to cast it. And creatures that convoked it gain +1/+1, so that would be nice with all the tokens as well. Because like if you're convoking anyway, hey, why not get a benefit for those?
Yeah.
There's a couple of, is this blue ones? There's Drowned Secrets, 1 colorless, 1 blue. It's an enchantment. Whenever you cast a blue spell, target player puts top 2 cards into graveyard. And I think you might have that one.
Yeah, I think we have that one as well.
Which I thought that one was kind of funny.
Yeah, there
and
is.
Quite cheap.
Beneath Ravnica's streets runs a layer of tunnels, then caverns and waterways, and then terrors and nightmares.
Interesting. Some of the quotes that they use is just so silly. Like one of the quotes on I think it was a Chandra card that I had, was like, "This one's for me, this one's for my mum, and this one's for me." But because you're not reading it with that pause, and you just read it one after another, you're like, that sounded really strange in my head. It's kind of amusing. They also an enhanced surveillance, 1 clear, 1 blue. It's an enchantment. You can look at 2 more cards each surveil, which is just kind of nice if you're doing it anyway, I guess. Just more scry power. You can exile it to shuffle your graveyard back in, which is really good if you have to be dropping things into your graveyard.
Which sounds like half the set wants you to do.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And that one's just blue, so it'll fit into multiple. There's an Omnispell Adept, and I have to include that one because it's one of the top 10. 4 colorless. I had written it down as CL. 4 colorless, 1 blue. It's a creature. You can cast instants and sorceries from your hand for like 2 colorless and 1 blue because of the creature.
Oh, okay.
Kind of just nice if you have something expensive. There's a couple of black cards. There's a Gruesome Menagerie. I think it's also one of the top 10 to look out for. 3 colorless, 2 black. It's a sorcery. You return a creature card with converted mana 1. You return one with converted mana cost 2, and you return one with converted mana cost 3 to the battlefield. So just some kind of...
So 3 creatures.
3 creatures.
1, 2, 3, 3.
1, 2, and 3. Kind of like... I don't know whether I would have put it in like, this is one of the top 10 to watch out for. But it's fine, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
it's not exactly like...
I think it just had like a big chartboard and they threw darts at it.
Yeah, like the thing is, like it almost costs as much to cast all those things in the first place. You could like...
Well, it would have to cost
Like, I
3,
mean,
4, 5, 6 mana.
Yeah, so it costs 5, and it would... Yeah, I mean, like, it's just recasting things.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
fine.
and it pulls it back from the graveyard though.
Yeah, and they're only creatures. But that's fine. Yes, there's also a Lotleth Giant. So it's a 6/5, so it's kind of one of the bigger ones. 6 colorless, 1 black. It's a creature. And it has one of the undergrowth abilities, so it deals 1 damage to target opponent per creature card in the graveyard when it comes in. So, yeah, kind of nice, and it's a bigger one.
Oh, too many creatures in the graveyard.
Yeah, like...
Instant kill.
Yeah, pretty much. What's that? You're on 20 health. I have a lot of guys in my graveyard because you've been killing me this whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, yeah. Oh, this one. Cards like this. Plague Crafter. 2 colorless, 1 black. Relatively cheap. On entry, each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker if they can't discard a card. That would suck if you only had a planeswalker. Like, if you only had your commander. You're like, well...
At least there's a commander.
Yeah. Price, there's like a couple that do this. Price of Fame. 3 colorless, 1 black. It's an instant. Destroy target creature. Surveil 2. If you're targeting a legendary creature, it costs 2 less.
Oh,
So it only costs 1 colorless and 1 black.
So it's a legendary killer.
It is a legendary killer. And I'm just like picturing Josh using it against me. There's also Ritual of Suit. 2 colorless, 2 black, sorcery. Destroy all creature converted mana cost 3 or less. Kind of just, that's okay.
You play that
Wipes
one
out
after someone plays that one that brings back the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, oh my god, that would be mean. Yeah, what you've just done? Get rid of it.
Get rid of all.
One of their other top 10 cards, I think this was the 3rd or something. Arclight Phoenix, 3 colors, 1 red creature, flying in haste. If you cast 3 or more instants or sorceries in your turn, which you'll be doing with like the red and blue deck a lot, you can return it from the graveyard to battlefield at start of combat, so it comes back each time it dies as long as you cast enough. I mean, I don't know how many times you're going to be casting 3 or more instants and sorceries, because do copies count?
What?
So if something says copy this for each time, you've only cast the spell once.
Yes.
Yeah, because otherwise that would be very broken.
Yes.
Yeah, I was pretty sure. There's an electrostatic field, and I thought it was funny because it's a creature, and it's literally just a ball of electric energy. I just find it, because they had to give it a creature type. It's fine. I just found it funny. 1 colorless, 1 red. It has Defender. It deals 1 damage to each opponent whenever you cast an instant or sorcery. So, you know, a lot of things have that. Which was just nice. There's an Erratic Cyclops. 3 clear, 3 colorless. 1 red creature. Trample. It has 0/8, but it gets +X/+0 until end of turn whenever you cast an instant sorcery where X is its converted mana cost. Kind of. Like, I don't feel like you'll be using that often because you have to do it every turn to get it back up to being tough, but it's a decent defender.
So I was just reading the BIOS of Tristani?
Tristani?
Yeah, so the 3 heads or whatever, or what is it, life and harmony and what was it? Has 3 distinct personalities that are usually in constant. The 3 are order, life and harmony.
Yeah.
And order and life are fighting.
Yeah, because life wants everybody to be happy, and order's like, no, we've got to protect ourselves.
No, order argues in favour of peace.
Wait, it's the other way around?
Yeah, and life wants to focus within
Oh,
and
the other
building
way.
things. And Harmony's just sitting there.
And Harmony's like, no, I'm just going to shut up now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Blah, blah, blah. Couple of green ones, like a big... green always just kind of has the biggest ones, really, but that makes sense.
That's great. That's what green is.
Arboretum Elemental, 7 colorless and 2 green creature. It has Convoke, so it's not too bad. It has
You probably
Hexproof.
need Convoke on that one.
Yeah, you would probably need it, and it comes in as a 7/5, so it's pretty good.
It's not that bad. It's nice.
Yeah, honestly, I'm like, don't mind if I do. You're gonna have to fight me for it. Then we've got Bounty of Might. I thought this one was interesting. So it's 4 colors, 2 green. It's an instant, and it has copied down on it the exact same thing 3 times, because obviously you can do it on different creatures. So it's +3/+3 on creature until end of turn, and it does it 3 times. So you can put it all on one creature, or you can put it on 3 different creatures. So it's kind of nice. A little bit expensive, but that makes sense because it should be. It was green. Yeah. Blah blah blah. Not interested about that one.
Oh yeah, I see. Tiger creature is +3/+3 until end of turn. Tiger creature is +3/+3 until end of turn. And Tiger creature is +3/+3 until end of turn. I am the very soul of the battle, but even I would never advise open war with the conclave.
This last one I want to think is a little bit confusing to me, so you should try find it as well. It's a green card, 2 colorless, 2 green. It's Nullhide Ferox.
Nullhide Ferox.
So it has hexproof. It's a 6/6, and it says you can't cast non-creature spells, which is fine. I understand that. It says for 2 mana, any player can cause Ferox to lose all abilities until end of turn, and then under that it has its other ability, which is if a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard Nullhide Ferox, instead you put it into the battlefield instead of the graveyard. So like.
Yeah, I remember going through this one when I first read it.
So this one confuses me. It's because it doesn't confuse me as to how I think it would work. It confuses me as to why they think that it would really get pulled off that often. So it doesn't cost much to make it lose its abilities, right?
Yeah, but I don't see why anyone would be paying so that you could play spells.
No. So if it's your turn,
yeah,
it means that yes, like you'd be able to cast spells, but if you wanted to get rid of it, then its last ability that says if a spell or ability an opponent controls causes you to discard it, put it back instead. Like you're not going to be killing it otherwise.
Yeah.
You're not going to be killing it. Like you'd have to specifically attack it and have it defend it. And
Or
if you want to kill it,
or you can destroy it with.
yeah, and you can destroy it with a spell if you take away its ability,
Well,
which
no,
would mean
but
that
the thing
other
is,
ability would
well, that's
work.
what I'm saying is it could be because it says it's hexproof. Oh,
Yeah.
so hexproof means it can't be targeted.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
What bothers me is you can't cast non-creature spells, which is like, so it just screws you over personally.
Yeah,
and then,
but then on your turn you can just pay to make sure
you're
you
paying
can.
to take away that ability, but then you're also taking away the hexproof, and that's when all the spells are gonna be like instant.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Because nobody's gonna wait for their turn to, because they know that you're gonna at some point have to cast something other than a creature.
yeah, it almost feels like they wanted to try out a bunch of things and see how they would work, and they put it all on this one creature and just went, I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll just put it out there and see if it does.
Like it's interesting, like
because it's a bit of a confusing mix.
It has a negative in the fact that it's just a big creature that the only way that you can defeat it naturally is to beat it down.
Yeah, and then if you only were to beat it down, it'll come back. So you would obviously just pay the 2, which means you would just be using it with spells. Oh no, because you can kill. Yeah, you can kill it naturally. Yeah, because it's
only if you force it to discard it. Which once it's been played, then it's obviously it can't be discarded unless it gets back into the hand somehow.
Oh right, sorry, I read that wrong.
Yeah, I
Carry
know.
on.
Yeah.
Well, you're just like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not that great because once you kill it like a couple of fireballs or lightning, then it's like it's gone.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean,
okay, that last ability is actually a bit more amusing now. You're like, I have to discard this. Boop.
Yeah.
I didn't. I played it. Hee hee hee.
Yeah, that's what I'll be like. Oh, ha ha ha.
I mean, it's relatively cheap, so you
It
don't really
is.
need to do that. But
4 for a 6/6, but it's just weird.
it is very strange, but it's a green deck, so it's kind of okay.
I mean, yeah, if you're just having pure creatures, having 4 of them would be fun.
Well, even not a pure creature deck, because all you'd have to do, well, not if you had 4, because then you'd have to pay 8 mana to cast other things.
I mean, unless they had like a 12/12 sitting there, so you'd be like,
Yeah.
well, I'm losing 1 a turn.
Yeah, because if you didn't have many non-creature spells, then you can just fork out the extra 2 when you want to cast them. Because you're also green, so you probably got shit tons of mana.
See, what I would do is I would play alongside an enchantment deck. I would pay to take away the Hexproof on my turn, throw all the enchantments on it, and then wait for it just to set itself up for the next turn. Like, ah.
I would find it very amusing to have a card that says no one can cast non-creature spells, but you can pay 2 every time to do it.
Oh, there are some out there, and they're annoying.
Yeah, I'm assuming that because it's such a big game and it's been on for so long and it's gotten so many new things to it, that anything I could potentially come up with has probably already been done to some degree.
I like generous stray.
Yeah, you have one of those.
Do I?
Yeah.
It's just a cat.
It's a cat and it's got like a dead lizard in it.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's like...
It's got so much sass in its face though.
Yeah, what is it? It's a
It's
1
like
2.
it's like I know you don't want it, but you have to accept it because it's
When
a
you
gift.
enter the battlefield, draw a card. Cats place their gifts with care so that a barefoot will step on them in the middle of the night.
What is it? It is a
Green.
uncommon, right?
Yep, just a straight up cat.
I put all of this in alphabetical order. I should just go straight to it. Except I only know that its second thing is stray. What was it? Charitable stray.
No, generous.
Generous, damn it.
G.
Do you not have it?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe I was lying because I kept looking at it. So, this is all out of order now. No, I guess you don't have one. I thought you did. Aw, sad face.
Maybe you just took them all out.
Maybe
you
that's
just
the one I
yeah.
stole.
Right, so is that all the cards you
That
put
is
together?
that's enough. Yeah.
So what's the story? What's the
So, the story is, don't be the Conclave.
Well,
But
apparently
honestly, the Conclave, like, it's got enough, like, nice benefits. Like, it's got a few nice benefits. It can kind of, like, wait and chill and just do tokens, I guess. So, again, you know, if you get tokens working, which they can work, it's not actually as bad as I thought it was.
even within the guilds, those in power disagree on how to proceed. Something is coming, and the guilds are preparing for the worst.
They're like, every single one of them, though, they're all like, this, but this. So they're like, these guys are assassins and they're ruthless. But also, like, he doesn't want, like, anybody else to have a coup. He just wants the coup. And it's like, yeah, okay. And then you got the people who are like, we're nice. We're all for harmony. But also, like, we're making an army because we want to be in control more than we want anybody else to be in control. And you're like, just admit that you're all awful people. And then, like, with the Golgari leader, she's all like, I had to do this thing for Bolus, and then I've forgotten about it now, and I'm a sleeper agent or something, and I'm trying to be nice. Or something. I don't know.
Nah, whenever you work for Boris, you always work for Boris. Simic is the guild that I keep thinking of. It's the Green-Blue Guild.
Well, that's for next time. Well, maybe not next time, but
Well,
that's for another time.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be either in the next set or the set after that. As we figure out what everyone's running from. It's probably something to do with Nicobolas, whatever he's up to.
I mean, there were a couple hints at Nicobolas, so probably.
Yeah, well, he just had a big storyline. He's the one on Egypt.
But at the same time, honestly, the story could just be setting up to be they're just fighting.
Yeah, I mean that's what they do in some sense.
Yeah.
Like that was what happened with. Well, I mean, as I go back and think of it, even though they are just fighting, Nicobolas always tends to be in there at some point. Like with the one that you started on with the Chandra and her home planes with the artifacts and whatnot. That was because one of Nicobolas' agents was messing around.
Oh. See, I don't even know the story of that one.
I only know the story about the characters I like. Well, who's your favorite character to start with?
I mean, I just like Chandra because I started with her.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, my favorite is Soren because he's a vampire and he's black.
This is fair. But I also really like Estrid now, but mostly because of the way she plays.
Who's Estrid?
This is the masked one. It's the one that
Oh,
makes
yeah. Well, that's the first time I've ever seen her, so
Yeah.
I don't know where she's been from. Comes from.
She just decided to appear one day.
Just, as planeswalkers do.
Yeah.
Well, it makes it was so much easier when there was like 50 planeswalkers because I had the goal of just collecting every planeswalker. And I did. At one point, I had every planeswalker.
Nice.
But now there's like 120. I'm just like,
It's
no.
120 and 120 different versions of those
Yeah,
120.
I'm like, I can't even.
And you can't even play them all together.
I know.
Yeah.
My whole goal was I was able to play a commander deck with every single planeswalker card the game had. Now I just can't do that because it's not feasible.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll probably talk about our favorite decks later on in a different segment called Favorite Decks.
Original.
I know. Thanks for listening to us drag on to...
Yeah, it'll probably not end up being an hour and 15 minutes. Maybe you'll cut a little bit.
I might just cut into episodes.
Fair enough, that'll work.
Make me drag it out.
I mean, this was more to go through than the...
Well, to be fair, if you think about it, we only really have... They only release like 2 or 3 sets a year.
Yeah.
So
So this is kind of like the other ones, because the other ones we did like 4 different ones, right? And 4 different episodes for
They
them.
do 4...
And this is 5 kind of new things.
Yeah, they do 4 commander decks a year, and then they do some sets, and we'll go through each one.
So if we're going by 20 minutes for each, I'm actually on time.
Well, not really. You gotta drag it out for like 5 minutes.
I know, I gotta drag it out for 25 minutes, because it's 5 little groups.
Oh well. Say bye.
Bye.